Hello. I see people in here, but I don't see anybody talking to us. Hello,
That's
hello,
okay. They're shy.
hello.
They're shy. Hello, shy people. Hello, lurkers. We love you too. You can just hang out and learn in the
Yep.
background.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Even if you don't want to talk in the chat, we appreciate you being here.
Yeah. Because
So,
it takes sometimes that first hello takes a while. It does to be
yeah.
able to get the courage. I
Oh, I
remember, do you
hung
remember
out in
back?
the chats for a long time before I
Yeah.
ever talked. I remember that because I'm
Do you
like,
remember
what
the
is this
dial-up?
thing?
The old school dial-ups where there were chat rooms, right? I just had my daughter. I was really young. I was living with my parents. I was looking for friends. I was like, I'll go in a chat room. Nobody would talk to me. Nobody would talk to me. So I
Oh,
was like, I said hello, and they were all having conversations, and I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. Forget about this. I'm gonna go meet people the real way. So that's what it felt like when you
hi,
go into these.
Kathy.
Hey
I
guys.
loved the AOL chat rooms. I loved them.
Yeah.
I hung out in them frequently. Hi, Cass.
So if any of you are lurkers out there, don't worry. This is a very friendly community. The minute you say hello, you will have 20 other people saying hello to you.
Good morning, Gold Star. That's Robert. Hi,
Oh,
Kevin.
hello.
Hi, Karen. Hi, Delbert. It's good
Hi.
afternoon for most of you. If you're over here with us on the East Coast, it's afternoon.
Yeah.
So
It's
hello,
lunchtime.
hello, hello. So guys, I want to tell you about some things that I've got coming up because I'm going to do major clearance sale next Tuesday evening. It'll be 6 p.m. Eastern. And I haven't been on an evening on my own channel this year at
Oh,
all.
no.
And
Yeah.
it's been a long time.
Yeah.
But I picked a spot in between Halen Vintage and a couple of other people that come on a little later. So, hi, Maggie. So, 6 p.m. next week, Tuesday night, everything, all bids started at $1. All bids started at $1.
Oh, it was the one that I saw on your channel. Okay.
So, I just popped that up there today. So I've pretty much worked through all my boxes of stuff that's not glass on my Wednesday morning sales. I'll put up the rest of it this Wednesday morning, and then anything that's left, save it from being donated back. Dollar bits. Good morning or afternoon for us. Vintage and Beano.
It's,
Hello,
yeah, it's their
hello,
good morning.
hello.
It's your good morning. So good morning to you.
And then if you've not been on my Wednesday morning lives, we're doing an altered book project, which is so much fun. So much fun. And it's super low key. And it's you can do it if you want, not do it that week, skip a couple weeks, come back to it. We're going to do it all 52 weeks of the year. And so you should stop in on Wednesday mornings and see what that's about. And I did a whole
I
video
have
about
to
it.
catch up on those. I have to catch up. I've been so busy trying to get my own house in order that I was like, oh, I really want to do that. So I might have to, I
Yeah,
might have
you
to
can.
speed through it.
I do have a regular static video that was not a live that explains it.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I need.
and then you don't even have to come in on Wednesday mornings because I also pop it on Instagram. So the week's prompts on Instagram. So if
I
you
saw
work
that.
on Wednesday mornings, you can still participate with us. You don't have to be there, and watch it.
Yeah,
So
Wednesday is my work day. My work, although this Wednesday was filled up with way more than I got no work done and lots of other nonsense done instead. So Wednesday became Thursday.
some days are like that.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
tomorrow, I'm on Bridget, the Baker's
Yes.
Daughters LLC for a blue and white sale. We did it this time last year. We're back at it again. I'm so excited
Oh, that's
about it.
going to be so much fun. I love you two together. I love the stuff you guys bring together. It's awesome.
Yeah, I always enjoy hanging out with her. So that's fun. And then if you missed it, I have a second channel where I talk about chronic illness, and I'm pretty sure it's linked in the description box below.
Thank you. Everybody go and subscribe to that because it's really an awesome, awesome channel. So
Yeah, it's only got a few videos on it so far. I've got some filmed I haven't gotten up on there yet. I'm going through my history, but I already filmed my first symptoms video talking about pain. So I don't have it up there yet, but I filmed it yesterday. So I got a lot going on in there. If you are interested in learning more about chronic illness, or if you have chronic illness and are looking for support, eventually we'll be doing lives and talking to people. I already have people who are interested in coming on and chatting about it. So that's what my second channel is about. If you are not interested and you think it's depressing, then skip it, because chronic illness can be depressing. I know.
It's very depressing. But it's nice to have
Hi,
a place,
Kitty.
if you do have it, it's nice to have a place to go, and with people that you're comfortable with. Because I know a lot of people in this community have those issues. They have immune issues.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to have a place to go to talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, give us the thumbs. Give us the
Yeah,
thumbs.
thank you, Karen.
Well, I have a couple of more weeks of the organizing and vintage vignettes that I've been working on. I got a little sick at the end of the week last week. I got some kind of stomach bug, so I didn't get some up at the end of the week. I put one up already today.
That was
And as
great.
soon as I'm done with that,
Today.
oh, the my lamp,
The lamp.
my lamp, my lamp. I love that lamp.
Which made me look around at my lamps and go, oh, I remember where I thrifted that one. Oh, I remember where I thrifted that. Oh, I remember.
I love that lamp, and I was so happy that it didn't sell when it was in my booth. I was so happy it didn't sell because it's glass and it's this gorgeous. Oh, it's just, and it has the dolphin feet. It's amazing. I love that lamp.
Yeah, that lamp was good.
Oh yes, that's exactly what I have no idea what happened. I don't know if I ate something funky or I just caught a little something going around, but I was in rough shape. So, but as soon as I'm done with that, but I'm hoping to get done with all that stuff in January, and I will be back on Whatnot in February. That is the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of the house first, and then move along to get back into everything. Because we've got schedule changes. Like the new year comes, and like all of a sudden you're rushing around and you're trying to do things. And I just put away my Christmas stuff for Christ's sake last week. So you kind of get stuck. You get stuck. So yeah.
Ooh, Kathy. Ugh, gross.
And that's why I don't drink eggnog. Actually, I have no idea what it was. I was like, oh, what did I eat? I was like, I don't think I ate anything that would have upset myself. Did I catch something? Well, I've been out a little bit. So you go through these moments, but it felt like a burning knife in my gut. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Knock on wood.
Yeah,
I have not been
sick. And I don't
I don't
throw
want
up.
to take myself, but
Hey,
hi,
Sheila.
Sheila.
Like, you all have seen like Seinfeld, that episode where they have like records of not throwing up, and then they ruin their record. I had a record, had one. I had one. It was like 10 years, and I'm working on getting a better one.
Oh.
But luckily that did not happen, because I sit there and I'll talk to myself and I'll go, "You will not throw up. You will not throw up."
Yep. Cold cloth in the back of the neck. We are not throwing up.
We are not doing this. This is not going to happen. I make a deal. I will not. We will do this some other way. But it is not coming out my mouth because I hate throwing up. Oh, yep.
All right. So let's get started.
Now that we've grossed everybody out.
It happens. It's life.
All right.
So we're talking about how to clean your glass. So I thought the first thing I would do is show you my kit. So
we're going to listen to Claudia because Nikki's horrible at this.
Okay.
And Delbert, you cracked me.
There we go. So, oh, gross. So this is my kit.
Oh my gosh, she's such a pro.
Part of this is because now that I'm living at my parents', I have, I did that, Karen. I didn't throw up, but yeah, I had a hot flash, maybe nauseous this weekend. Ugh. But because I'm living at my parents' now, this just makes it easier to keep my stuff separate and just easier to carry up to the kitchen to wash my stuff. But I had most of this in one spot to clean glass that I had thrifted anyway. So this is not how I would treat like my everyday glass. This is for cleaning thrifted glass because I have this weird thing about OPD, other people's dirt.
Yep. Your dirt's fine.
Really
but other people's dirt. Yep.
OPD. So I always want to clean everything that comes into my home. We don't like other people's dirt. So I'm going to show you what is in this kit specifically. Now, my vinegar does not fit in the kit. And yes,
I wonder why.
I buy the gallon
I
vinegars
do too.
because I go through a lot of vinegar. This is my go-to for cleaning hard water. So I buy a ton of vinegar.
And if the smell of vinegar bothers you guys, orange peel, lemon peel, lime peel, you can soak it in the vinegar and then it has this lovely citrus smell and it doesn't smell like vinegar because I know it bothers me.
What I do, because I cannot stand the smell of vinegar, vinegar tends to make me nauseous.
Yeah.
It's the last thing I do. I pour the vinegar in and then I leave the room and I let it sit for 24 hours.
See, vinegar doesn't
I try to avoid the room that it's sitting in so I don't get the whiffs of vinegar. So I use Dawn.
I do too. Yeah.
I use Dawn because it cuts the grease. But if you have a brand you like better and you don't like Dawn and it works for you, it's fine. There's no rules about it. Like with the kind of soap you use, I use Dawn and I use the apple.
Most people use the Dawn because it's gentle and tough cleaning. I mean, if it can clean a duck.
It cuts the grease, it cuts the nicotine if you picked up an item that it was in the smoker's house. So that's what I use. Yeah. I have my baking soda I buy it in the big bags, but I keep it in a vintage glass. So there's my baking soda and I just keep it in here. And I go through it often enough that it does not pick up moisture and condense just because I go through it so often. I love these dish rags with this on it. And these are just the inexpensive ones you get at Walmart. You can see it's stained with something. I was cleaning something red off of. But these are my favorites.
That are lint-free. That helps. Yeah.
And then dish towels, that's really up to you.
Yeah.
And free ones sometimes don't dry as well.
I just let them drip dry.
Don't let your glass drip dry.
I'm horrible. I let it. Did you guys see why she's doing this? Because I just let it sit there and drip dry.
Don't do that. All right. These straw brushes, the really long ones, are great for getting into like the neck of swans. Because I've got the swan up there that I clean. Yep. So pick you up. These are relatively cheap too. You can pick up a pack of different sizes from Amazon. So these little straw brushes are super useful. Baby bottle brush. I like the baby bottle brushes because they have this on the end and you can squish it down in there and get it clean. I get these at the Dollar Tree. This one my mom picked up for me, but I do have ones from the Dollar Tree. This one has this extra little brush in the handle.
Oh, which is nice
too.
Yeah.
But the Dollar Tree ones don't, but yeah, I get them at the Dollar Tree.
That's for the nipple.
These are fantastic. This came from the Dollar Tree. I'll go in and buy 10 of them and keep them on stock. This is a denture brush.
That brings back memories.
Yeah, you can see it's pretty. I probably need to get a new one out. It gives you two different kind of brush. It's just little. It's a denture brush. Those I scrub a lot of stuff with because when you have patterned glass, you want to get into all those nooks and crannies. That brush is perfect for that. I also have an old butter knife to scrape off things that are particularly don't want to come off.
They did used to make the bottle brushes longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
Well, the one that I have from the Dollar Tree sitting over there new in package is longer than this one. But the Dollar Tree was out of them and Mom had found me this one. So I'm using this one until it's gross. But Dollar Tree toothbrushes, these are the kids with the gentle bristles.
Those are the best
ones. Can get into delicate spaces with the little toothbrushes.
Those also are super helpful. Just saying.
Yeah. And then I have one of these old pan scrapers, which come in handy. I have Effordent tabs in here, but I have not had luck with these. White vinegar works better for me. And I also have what are these called?
Oh, the magic sponges.
Yeah. I do have a magic sponge in here.
See, I was
I
going
don't
to
know.
ask you if that was safe because that would be, I've used that on milk glass before that was in smokers' houses and I found that it worked. And I was like, oh, geez, I wonder if I should be doing this. I should ask Claudia. So is it okay?
And then, yeah, I, I don't know. So I bought this one. It wasn't even for glass. I bought it for, man, I can't remember. And then I ended up not using it anyway to try and clean it. So actually, I haven't used it on glass. It's in my kit though. And then gloves, because sometimes things are disgusting. Sometimes
That is
they're
true.
so gross, we don't want to touch them. So that's my kit.
That is very true.
Also, your black light is going to come in handy because organics will show up, glue will show up. So if you left some adhesive on there, hit it with the black light in the dark. And hi,
But be
Marga.
prepared. Be prepared.
Yeah, for the grossness. Because old food will show up if you did not get it clean. So, a lot of people scrub really hard at the inside of something and forget to scrub the outside. So you hit it with the black light and you're like, ugh, because there's
Oh, goodness
still
gracious.
food stuff left on the outside. But it is good to make sure that you got all the adhesive from a price sticker off. Because
Yeah. All
most
right.
adhesives will fluoresce and dust will fluoresce
Yes, it
on
does.
your glass.
It
So if
does.
you've had your glass sitting on a shelf for a while, turn the light off, hit it with the black light, and you'll go, oh, it's time to dust.
Or Viva. I use the Viva paper towels. And sometimes they're not supposed to leave anything behind, but they do. And then you hit it with the
Yeah.
black light. You're like, oh, look at all the little white fuzzies that are sitting on my
Mm-hmm.
nice clean glass. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So this is a really good. I don't keep it in my kit because obviously I need it right here at my desk. Didn't have it at the store the other day, so passed up a glass that may have been uranium glass. I couldn't tell. I need 2 black lights is what I need. All right. So when I go to clean a piece of glass, I
Oh my
only put
God.
one piece of glass in the water at a time. Because if there is a flaw that you don't know about and it bumps up against another piece of glass, it's going to break. And then you've got to figure out how to drain the water without sticking your hand in with the broken glass. And then you've got to get rid of the broken glass. Because with old glass, you never know if there is a crack you didn't see or a hidden flaw. You don't want your glass bumping up against each other. So I only ever put in one piece of glass at a time.
And if
What am I
you're clutch
missing?
like me, you can line the bottom. This I learned. Yeah, I know. We're all talking to him. You can line the bottom of your sink with a towel or one of those dish mats that you get at like the dollar store that is supposed to
Mhm.
dry because I will drop things. Like Claudia was talking about the swan that's behind her. I told her, I said, I couldn't clean it because I couldn't fit it in my damn sink.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to break it.
This one.
Yeah. So
So
that's enough.
you want to be smart about when you go to clean your glass. So with this bowl, I've got my hot soapy water and some of them will tell you to use just a mild warm water and I'll show you the pieces that I use a warm water on. But for most pieces, hot water. I want super hot water
Yeah.
because I want the water to evaporate off of it quickly and I want to make sure that I've cut all of the soap and there's no soap residue left on it. I use
Yeah.
a hot water. So I'm going to put this in there. I'm going to let it soak for a minute or so. And then I'm going to pull it back up out of the water. I'm going to put some of my baking soda on it. And then now I already looked at this, so I knew it didn't have any hard water stains. I put my baking soda on it. I'll put a drop of my Dawn, and I'm going to take my denture brush and I am going to scrub every little crack and cranny so that there is nothing left on here. Because this surface, smooth,
Yeah.
easy to clean. This, not so easy. And when I hit it with the black light after I dried it, it still had stuff on it. There
Oh
was
my
still
gosh.
in the cracks. I had missed one whole section. And I'm like, dang it. But
Now I'm
that's how hard it
terrified to
is
blacklight anything.
when you've got these patterns. So then I give it a good rinse and I dry it immediately.
Yeah, I let my stuff drip dry. I'm horrible.
I cannot stand water spots on anything, so I dry it immediately. Now we talked about, Nikki and I were talking about before this, what do you do with a swung vase? Because you cannot get
Yeah.
all the way down into the bottom to dry it. So we are going to rinse with really hot water so it evaporates faster. And then I'm going to put it in the driest room in the house, or even next to a dehumidifier to pull the moisture out and hope that it dries without too many water spots. That's how I do it. There's probably better ways to do it, but you do not want to be sticking stuff down in there. And now you've got a paper
No.
towel stuck down in the middle of
Yeah.
there and you can't get things back out. So when you're doing a swung vase, there's different ways. Somebody had on Instagram, like it telescoped out a cleaning brush, like made to go down in those. And I didn't bookmark it. So I don't know who had that. Hi, Edward, but there are
It's
other
like
options out
little rubbery. I want to call them rubbery. You'll get them with some of your higher end crafts now and whiskey pieces. You can get them. That's what I use because they don't have the scrubby brushes, but they work pretty good to dry too, to get the bigger water droplets out. But that's about it.
Yeah.
They're not great for cleaning.
So how do you clean glass that has patterns on it, that has designs, that has gold on the rim, that
Yeah.
has paint? Very carefully.
Yeah.
Very carefully. And you're going to want to weigh the chance of damaging it with how filthy it is.
Yes.
Because sometimes something it's got a layer of grease and dust. It hung on a kitchen wall for 50 years and it's disgusting.
Over their stove while she was smoking a cigarette and cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is it worth it to get all of that off and possibly damage it? Can you sell it and make it someone else's problem? You've got to factor in that kind of stuff yourself. But if it's got paint on it, if it's got an applied pattern, if it's got gold, we do want to use a warm water, not a hot water, to save as much gold. So these kind of things get washed after I've washed up this kind of thing. Water is cooled off by then, and it does not get a soak. It gets a dunk and then a good wipe down, and then I'm going to look at it to make sure it's clean, and then it's going to get rinsed. So this does not hang out in the water. We do not want to lose our pattern. We don't want to lose our gold. I didn't have any painted glass to show you guys, but same thing with painted glass. You do not want to soak that. You'll come back and you'll have a clear dish.
Yes.
Or an amber dish, because
yes.
This one was sold to me as red glass. And when I got it, I'm looking at the bottom and I'm like, oh, it's amber underneath that red. And what did I do? Because I collect amber, because when I bought it as red glass, I bought it for resale. But I collect amber fairy lamps. So I took my little denture brush and I took my baking soda and I scrubbed the red paint off after letting it soak. So this
if
is
you
what
find a piece
happens.
that's flashed, you can do that.
This is what happens to flash glass. If you leave it soak in the water, it's going to turn into its original color and you will completely lose your color. Now, if it's got an opaline kind of, if it's got this kind of finish, this is in the glass. You can give this a scrub. You're not damaging it.
That's pretty.
But you want to make sure before you stick it in the water that you know for sure what it is, because you do
the good thing about that
to lose.
But if you have flash, if you see a piece of flash and you don't like the flash color and it's chipping off, you can still get that piece and get rid of the flash and clean it off and have a nice clear piece or an amber piece or a whatever piece then. So that's handy,
absolutely. So for me, this worked out better. That it wasn't red glass, it was amber, because it went right in with my other amber fairy lamps, and I love it. The other thing is stickers. Say you've got a piece of Fenton with the paper sticker on it and it's filthy. What are you going to do? You're going to go watch some other people's videos about saving stickers, because they have much better videos about it. I think that they tape like a piece of plastic or something over it with the tape around the sticker so it's not actually stuck to the sticker, and then they give it as good a wash as possible. But if you want to keep your Fenton sticker You want to be really, really
Yeah.
careful. What I've done with a couple of pieces that just, they had to have a bath, but they had a sticker on them. I never actually stuck them in the sink. I scrubbed the pieces while kind of holding whatever, wherever the area was
Yeah.
that the sticker was. I kept that dry and held it up out of the water and scrubbed everything off around it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. See, I've used Windex on a paper towel and gone around the sticker myself because sometimes they put the sticker in the most, like they put the sticker here.
Yeah.
Is it, you can't put the sticker here. They put the sticker here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the Fenton sticker, not a price sticker. Like we all hate when people do that. They put the stickers up here. And you're trying to protect the integrity of that sticker because it increases slightly the value of the piece.
Yeah. Now, I am not a fan of Windex on glass, but I will say that if I've got a bunch of pieces that have been sitting here and they got a little dusty, I'm going to spray my Windex on a single
On
paper
the paper.
and I'm just
Yeah.
going to give them a quick swipe. Or if there's one that I got to smudge on with my big thumb.
Yeah.
But
that's only
otherwise,
for
they get
glass,
hot
like
baths.
not for stuff like this that has the paint on it. You don't want to do that,
Right.
I
You
would imagine.
absolutely
But on something that's
cannot.
clear or plain, not clear, like plain colored glass. And see, I'm evil, and I'm gonna bring up a big no-no, and Claudia's gonna block her ears. I have my depression glass dishes that I eat off of every day. They're plain. They're very plain. I put them in the dishwasher. Don't do that. I do it. Don't you do it. But I eat off of them every day. But especially you don't want to put in the dishwasher things like Pyrex and your stuff that has patterns and paint and stuff like that on it. I'm talking like, listen, if something happens to my depression glass, the stuff that I eat off of every day, I'm not going to cry. I'm just going to go out and get another piece. It's just what's going to happen. So I'm not upset about it. And I'm really a lazy washer.
And let's talk about dishwasher damage. If you have a piece that is already dishwasher damaged, you're not going to, there's no saving it. The dishwasher damage is actually abrasion and scratching of the glass over time.
Yeah.
So it's not hard water stains. There's no coming back from it. The glass is ruined. It is dead glass. So if you have dishwasher damaged pieces that you use every day, stick them in your dishwasher. Damage is already done. You're not hurting them. It's fine. But you do not want to put this in your dishwasher.
No. See, I wouldn't do that. That I wouldn't do. But my plates that I eat off that already have tons of utensil marks on them, there's nothing really fancy about them. They're very, very plain. They're small. They're only about this big. Those I put in there. But there is, I believe it's Tim from over the years and his mom, Ma Dukes. I believe they have a thing on how to help bring back Pyrex. So it's geez, that's an old video. So if you come across a piece, like, you know, we all cry when we see the original Cinderella bowls from the 30s and somebody has tortured them within an inch of their life, there is a way to bring back some of that. At least according to them. I've never tried it.
I'm not going to go into that because there are Pyrex collectors that absolutely say do not use Peak. And there are Pyrex collectors that use Peak on everything.
Yeah.
I do not collect Pyrex. I'm not going to weigh in on that. There are much more experienced Pyrex people out there that you can find to figure out what to do with your Pyrex. Just don't put it in the dishwasher and don't scrub the outside of it with any abrasives, not even baking soda. Don't scrub the outside of your Pyrex with baking soda. You're going to scrub the color off.
But you can do that with the inside because the inside was meant for that. You can clean the inside. And I have found that we get stickers sometimes. You get like the glass Claudia held up. And the fools at Goodwill will package tape those things together. There is a very easy way.
Comes off. And I have tried the method of soaking them so that
I have luck with that.
Nope. I haven't had luck with that. Took the gold right off of a couple different pieces.
I had that happen with a Holt Howard. It's now in Jasde's possession. My Holt Howard Santa glass. They had taped from the bottom up right over Santa's little hat. I was very upset. I ran it under warm water and very, very slowly let the glue disintegrate and peeled it off very like millimeter by millimeter, and all the paint stayed on. So soaking that when it does help. And I will say it's probably one of the best things I've tried using Undo. I don't know, maybe I'm an idiot and I'm using it wrong, but soaking the price tags tends to help better than anything else
Yeah.
to get it off.
Yeah, my local Goodwill stickers, you put them in the hot water for like 30 seconds and they
And
just float off.
yeah,
But
yeah.
they're my favorite antique booth at the one store I go to. Well, I don't know what his stickers are made out of, but they are. And I even said something to him one day, and he's like, "Well, I get them free."
I had that happen. I
Yeah.
got to get it off.
He's like, "I get them free, so that's why I
Yeah.
use them." I'm like, "Do you know?" And then he sticks them in the worst possible. I'm like, "Do you know they don't come off? They
Yeah.
don't come off." Yeah. So sometimes,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
So I think for glass, getting price stickers off, soaking them or tape is the best way to do it. If you've used your undo for other things that really can't go near the water, like books. It's supposed to work on books
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I haven't tried
Hi,
that.
Ian.
Hey, Leanne. Hey, girl.
Yeah. So,
So
do you have any questions? Did we cover everything? We're a half hour in already. Cleaning is hard.
cleaning is, when all else fails, if you're keeping it for you, or even if you're reselling to a certain extent, the best advice that most people have given that I saw out there was just a damp cloth and a wipe down. Just a damp cloth and a wipe down was the best, and then you let the person know, listen, it got its little wipe down, or it got its little soaping up with Dawn. If you want to be more aggressive, you go ahead.
Yeah.
Because you have to decide if it's that important to get that piece, that water stain out, or that ring around the collar. Remember that from Tide commercials? Ring around the collar out from your stuff. You have to decide if it's worth it to do that to the glass and your hands.
Yeah,
So.
there are a couple of pieces that I have sold without a super, super good cleaning. And I said that when I sold it, and I let the person decide, because sometimes, like painted items, especially antique glass that's got the painted items, like the milk glass we've talked about, where it's already so worn up, you don't want to take more off. So I'm not going to do a super deep clean on that. I'm going to give it a gentle wipe, and then I'm going to let the person know. Then it's up to them. So you just never know.
Yeah, like my antique milk glass gets a brief wipe down with a moist paper towel, and that's as far as it goes, because there's already enough paint loss. Unless you want to take all the paint off, which is fine. You can do that. I mean, you might. I just like things a little crusty, so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I like that. My one piece of antique milk glass, I did not. It still has the paint that's left on it. I did not try but I knew when I bought it, I'm like, well, I could remove all of the old paint, but I didn't want to. I like the look of it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to make you big and
okay.
Started.
Okay.
There we go. And thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you do have questions about how to clean something, hi Dee Dee, you can always ask us. You can always ask me. You can send me a message. You can even send me an email with a picture of the item and go, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I'm horrible. I admit it. I'm horrible. I'm so bad. I put stuff in the dishwasher. I will use Windex on stuff. Oh, goodness, Leanne, I'm so glad. I let it air dry.
I did used to store all of my glass on top of I had that space above my cupboards in my kitchen. And so it would get grease spots and dust. And once a year, at least, I would take it all down, usually right before Christmas, because I would string lights through all of it. Take it all down. It would get a good scrub and a quick dry and go all back up. And then the lights would go in. It'd be so pretty. But, it's going to get grease on if it's in your kitchen.
It is.
And you cook any kind of bacon product.
Oh, yeah.
It floats around in the air.
Yeah, I have my McKee salt and pepper shakers that sit next to my stove. Like they're meant to, right? They're meant to, because they're range ones. And I have to wipe them down on, a little bit more often than you would normally, because they're right next to the stove. So sometimes, yes, that does happen. And other times it's just dust. And I swear those Swiffer 360 duster things, they work the best, because they even get into Swiffer. Most of your vases. So those are the best.
What I use.
For daily cleaning. Okay. Now we're going to sell stuff. And we're going to sell stuff. I have this
Beautiful
lovely
stuff.
piece. I do not know. We talked about identifying glass last week. I have tried to identify this. I am leaning towards Ellie Smith. Leaning towards Ellie Smith. It is a hefty, chunky piece, and Ellie Smith stuff tends to be a little bit more hefty and chunky. It is a lovely piece of Amberina, or Permisson if it's Ellie Smith. It is much more cadmium based down here, much more red up here, and then just the lip up here glows. I'm going to see if I can get it to glow. Ooh, as you stare at my eyeballs. Amberina is excessively hard to get to glow for the camera, especially when you have a failing black light. Oh, it's not going to work.
Hi,
But,
Marianne.
oh, you can see it a little bit there when I flash it through there. So the base glows beautifully, and the very, very tippy top, which is not showing up. Oh, I need new batteries in my black light. Okay, stare at my eyeball again. Okay. So this piece, I've lost my measurer. All right. I've lost my measurer. Here we go. It's this big.
Here you go,
It's
Nikki.
this big. Thank you. I'm looking around. I'm going, Dad, now that I moved it someplace, where did I move it to? Oh, wait a minute. I found it. All right. Oh, yeah. We're a pro operation here. 8 inches. 8 inches across in diameter there. It has really great little ribby ruffles all the way around. I love the base of this chunky monkey base. It is pure yellow on the bottom, so really pretty piece. And because it has that red Amberina, I saw somebody had put out, I can't remember who did it, had done a beautiful Valentine's Day display, and they used a lot of Amberina, and I thought that was actually really cool to carry that over from your Christmas and your Halloween, and then you can put it away. So if you're interested in this lovely compote, it is a hefty, chunky piece, but I do ship cubic whenever possible. This would go cubic for sure. It's going to be $30, number 78. $30, number 78 on this one. This one's screaming for candy. All right. And because we were doing hard to clean or how to clean things, I brought this. I've shown this once before. I brought it back. So I have a set of, I wish there were 6, guys. There's 5, but it does have the carrier, which is nice. This is the Queen's Luster. The reason why, at first I thought it was Dorothy Thorpe. Very easy to confuse the two. The reason why is it has this ombre, this silver fade up here. So really difficult to clean. And for the most part, I think there's 1 or 2 little, I'm going to take a real good look at them. The most of this is on there. I don't think these were used a lot. I think they just sat. It's just unfortunate that the person I bought them from, yeah, they're actually in really good shape, had them sitting outside for God knows, you know, those people that set up things for the weekend and they're always doing a yard sale in their yard. And this was one of those places. So they're all in really good shape. I'm just missing 1. And just the carrier alone, they're very, very hard to come by. So, and that's what keeps rattling on my desk. If you're interested, I have a set of 5 with 1 missing of the Queen's Lusterware. And because there's 1 missing, I lowered the price. So it's $40 for the set. $40 for the whole set of Queen's Luster. They're gorgeous. These are just glasses you want sitting out on your bar if you have one at home. And, you know, you can always go to replacements and pick up the extra one. You'll probably pay more than I'm charging you. Probably $40 for any glass. You know, but that's it. Those are my 2. That's the noisy bit out of the way.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I love them.
All right, my first item is a Fenton Bear, and he's February, which is coming up. So if you know someone's February birthday and you want to pick up a little Fenton Bear, so he's got the purple stone.
I love the heart
coming across. It's hard with this lighting. I mean, when I look at it, it's obviously purple, but there it's like, oh, is it
there,
red?
I see it.
Amber?
Yeah.
It's purple. And he's got his little, as Nikki calls it, tramp stamp right there.
Yeah.
You know, he's a Fenton Bear. And no chips, no cracks. Well, maybe a teeny tiny bit of a rough spot right there above my fingernail. But his ears are in good shape. His paws are in good shape. So little Fenton Bear, Birthstone Bear for February. $15, number 12. Ah, Kaz, you have a birthday in February? My youngest son His birthday's in February. $15, number 12 on my first item.
Or if your birthday's not in February, you add it to your February display because he's got that cute little heart.
Yeah.
He's like a Care Bear.
And then here's the bowl I was showing you guys. I can't identify this. After we do an entire thing on identifying glass, we both had pieces we couldn't identify. Look at the handles. You would think it'd be easy to identify.
I know.
His handles, but nope. And these are really, really pointy on the pattern.
Yeah, we were talking about this piece before the show. I'm pretty sure that this is either very beginning Depression or it's Art Deco, just from the handles.
Yeah, I went through all 3 of my Depression books, and this pattern is not in there. Hi, Nancy. So I couldn't identify it. It's this size. It's not quite Fostoria. Fostoria's pattern is slightly different because I looked it up. So 11 inches from handle to handle, and point to point across the other way is 9 1/4, and then depth little more than 3 inches. So,
and the prisms on this are amazing.
So gorgeous fruit bowl. If you wanted to set that right in the middle of your table, gorgeous bowl to serve food in. It's just, I love the handles. I love the handles.
It's not crystal, right?
It's not crystal.
Okay.
It doesn't have the weight of crystal. No, it's glass.
Because I forgot to ask you that earlier.
Yeah. And, it could be foreign. It could be made in a different company that just is, lesser known to us. So I couldn't identify it, but I love it. I love it so much. These handles are amazing.
Yeah.
It's $15, number 4. $15, number 4. And those are my first 2 items. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Don't forget to give us thumbs up, please.
Okay. So this round, I got a few pieces of Depression. I have a couple pieces of Depression glass. Claudia and I, again, without really talking to each other, brought some stuff that we thought would be really fun for Valentine's Day. So we probably will be squeezing in some pinks and reds and stuff like that. This is not that case. I've had these before. I love these. They're my McKee plates. My McKee Laurel pattern custard plates. These are glowy, glowy, glowy. We saw that my black light is fading fast, but I'll shine the light from the back. You can see that it glows green. This whole plate lights up like Christmas morning. So it is a gorge. I know, isn't her blue awesome? I love her blue.
Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, I like
these
that.
Are actually
hi,
really
Sherry.
hard to come by. Hey, Sherry. These are hard to come by in the plainer color. They come in, this band would have been red or green. I think they're amazing, amazing plates. It is not an easy to find pattern. These are in fantastic condition. There's like no utensil marks on these either. So I picked up a set of 2 because, who needs more? I don't know. Sometimes I like having just 2 of something. You get to that point where you're like, I don't need more than 2. Why do I need more than 2? I don't know. Maybe you need more than 2. But really hard to come by, both in excellent, excellent condition. No issues that I see. There's not even any real, chunky monkeys on this, little, knocks or dings. But I think they just sat and looked pretty for somebody. I don't think they were used. So if you're interested in this set of 2 glowy McKee plates, really, really, really good deal because they're going for twice this much online. They're going for this online at plate. So $12 for the set of 2. $12, number 73. That's my first one. My next one, is I have a very large Depression pink glass plate. This is the American Sweetheart pattern by Macbeth Evans, 1930 and 1936. So the American Sweetheart has the little, it's very similar to the horseshoe. So it can be easily confused, but it has the little patterns all along the top and then the center. I don't know. I think that looks like kind of like a snowflake or a doily. This is a big serving platter. And I just thought, you know what, for your little displays for Valentine's Day, you put your little flower frogs with your cute little old Valentines on here. I just thought it'd be a nice little centerpiece. I did that with my cake plate. That was one of my vignettes, my cake plate with my sour bee flower frog on top. So this is 12 inches across, so it's really, really nice size. And it's not flat, it just bevels up slightly here so that it's supposed to hold some lovely little snacks. So maybe you're having a Valentine's party for one. You put your chocolate strawberries, you do your brie cheese, you do, you know, your champagne cocktail, dinner for one, dinner for two. So if you're interested in the pink American Sweetheart, a depression glass plate, it's going to be $12, number 85. $12, number 85. And those are my two.
I love that pattern of depression glass.
It is
I
pretty.
also have some depression glass. We didn't plan this, you guys.
Nope.
I wanted to bring some pink pieces because Valentine's Day is coming up. So it's the sugar and creamer.
These.
There are no chips, no cracks. I mean, there's, you know, because we know how depression glass was made, straw marks and bubbles and things like that, but no chips, no cracks in this sugar and creamer. This is the Block Optic by Hawking. This was made from 1929 to 1933. And I'm pretty sure it's not a repro because the color is right for it to be the original. So pretty sure it's the original. And for the set, it's just $10. $10, number 13 for the sugar and creamer Block Optic.
Use them for Valentine's Day and then use them for your Easter dinner.
And then my second set is also pink sugar and creamer. But I do not think that these are depression glass. The pink is wrong. And the reason that I know that.
Oh, it is a little iridescent-y, isn't it?
No, I think that's just my ring light. No, it's pink instead of.
Oh, it's that pale pink.
No, that's the wrong book. Wrong book. So it's definitely, the pattern is the Cubist by Jeanette. But this is their pink.
Yeah, it's a little more peachy.
Yeah. And this is very, very pink. Which is, I prefer the more pink color, but I do think that it was probably reproduced probably in the 70s. So this is the Cubist Jeanette, $10, number 2. And this set is short and round, where this set is tall and skinny.
See, I really love the tall and skinny one because it's so deco.
Yeah.
That's why I like that. I have a thing for deco.
So $10, number 2 on the second set. And
let me tell you guys, any of you who like to plant little succulents and stuff like that, old creamers and sugars make the best vessels. You just put a little bit of gravel on the bottom before you put in your dirt and a little bit of gravel on the top so they're not sitting in that. They're the best, and they look adorable sitting in the window too. You can see them grow. That's why I like them. Okay. Up next, I have green Viking ashtray. Somewhere, and I was looking for it. I don't know where the devil it went, but somewhere I have the lighter that matches this. I will find it and I will bring it out. So very, very nice. Was probably used. I love this green so much. But it is a cigarette ashtray. But these come in handy for lots of different things. Sometimes I just left it sitting out for the longest time. It just sat on a side table and it just looked really, really pretty. Let's see. Across, this guy measures 6 inches. 6 inches across. And this is from their Epic line. At least I'm pretty sure it's from their Epic line. Don't quote me. But it's from their Smokers Corner. They did a whole smokers thing where they had all these lovely different ashtrays and lighters. And somewhere, like I said, it was the lighter. I have to find it. So if you're interested in the green Viking, and it's a pretty green. We all know Viking, so it's like candy apple green, right? Viking ashtray. It's going to be $35, number 74. $35, number 74 on this piece. And then moving right back into, oh, make sure you clean this stuff well and get the stickers. I had stickers on some of my stuff and they were not the proper stickers. and like a fool, I stuck it right in the middle. So that's what that is. I will get the sticker residue out before it goes out. This is a Fire King's Primrose, and I pulled this for Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
Little, yeah. I mean, you just have this sitting out, and you just add small little touches, because I have that going on in certain places. You just had small little touches that you know it's for Valentine's Day, and you just kind of get that feel. But it is completely usable. Once I get the sticker out of here, it is completely usable to bake a casserole in. I have Old Corningware and Fire King and Pyrex that I use, and I bake in it all the time. I have my mother's blue corn flour loaf pan that was always the meatloaf pan when I was a kid. It is still the meatloaf pan in this house when I make meatloaf for the people in my house, which now I'm going to have to make because they're all out there hearing this. So if you're interested in the Primrose and the pretty little pinks and reds, I love this, and the little darker colors in there too. Casserole dish by Fire King, which is not going to show up. It's right here. You can have it for $10, number 89. $10, number 89 on that guy. And those are my two.
I love that pattern. I love Fire King patterns. I really
it's one of my favorites.
All right, so I have another. I can't remember. I looked this up one time. Can't remember if it was a sugar, or if it was a powder dish for your dresser. I can't remember. It is missing its lid. Now I have. You could have your choice of lids. They would be a married pair. I say Jazdia first.
Yeah, I do too. And I will clean out the sticker residue, Jazdia, in the proper way. It won't go in the dishwasher.
So before I show you your choice of lids, one of the points, now I can't find it. One of the points on the, here, has been knocked against something. Now this has 3 seams, which is interesting.
I love that piece.
It's not Jeanette with 3 seams like that, but it does have, this is not hard water staining in here. It has damage. So I don't know if it's from just a spoon. We see that in sugar dishes a lot.
Yeah.
But I always like to pick up extra lids. So I have this lid, which is a little bit darker color. And I have this lid, which is a closer match, but it's bigger. So if you want a lid, you could have your choice of lids, because I never found a match for them.
You know what? There's something about marrying pieces together, though, that's fun.
Yeah. $10. $10, number 16.
Bye, Delbert. I love that piece with the little feet. That's another great succulent planter.
Love the little feet on it.
We love feet here. Well, on glass, not on humans. I want to clarify.
All right. You've probably seen them before if you come to my sales often.
You have no idea.
Medium glass champagne coupes. I bought these from Fatbird Finds and then found a set that I liked better right after this came in the mail. So they are uranium glass. They do have absolutely gorgeous glow. And they have this really pretty optic.
Yeah, they do.
In them. No chips, no cracks, no dishwasher damage. All 4 are in really good shape. There's the first 2.
And I have this pattern in my one and only juice glass that I have. That's uranium glass.
Oh, really?
And I love the pattern.
So pretty, that optic. So for the 4 of them, I'm just asking what I paid for them. $24, number 3. And you get all 4 of the champagne coupes that I bought from Fatbird Finds. And those are my 2.
Those are awesome. Talk about having a nice, glowy Valentine's Day with a little bit of champagne and some strawberries. They're so gorgeous. I love that. Okay. I have a board. I want my board. Okay. So this is Ellie Smith. I saw it come up as Mosser as well, but I'm pretty sure it's Ellie Smith. It is hand painted. I'm going to get a real good close up on the little hand painted. We got little blue cornflowers. It is initial EB down here at the bottom. The rest of it is almost a frosted clear. I'm going to call it is frosted. It's not almost. It's a frosted clear. I just thought this was so pretty because I'm ready for spring. I'm done with winter. Winter can go away now, and I'm ready for spring. So it's a tall guy too, and it's hollow inside. And if you had one of those changing lights, I don't have one. I really have to get one. You had one of those changing lights, you put that underneath here. This would be so pretty. Or maybe just a blue one. You can make it a bluebird. It does stand up. It is really kind of on the tall side. It is 9.5 inches for like a figure piece that's kind of big for a bird. So 9.5 inches up to the very tip up here because it's just sitting at an angle. I don't know. It reminds me of like a swallow too. But really pretty, really delicate. And if you're interested in the hand-painted bird, it's going to be $16, number 87. Hold that thought.
Nikki's right beside a water pipe, so you can hear water coming down right now.
Okay, we're done with that. I'll murder my son when I'm done. Okay. The next piece is another piece of depression glass. This is a dinner plate. This is not a super common pattern that I've seen around a lot. I actually had to go through a couple of different books to find this one. This is known as, let me make sure I have a piece of paper behind it. It has two names. It's either the dogwood or the apple blossom pattern. There, you can see it right there in the center. It is depression glass pink. This again was made by Macbeth Evans, 1929 to 1932. So we are brushing elbows with an antique piece here. And let me tell you, I'm going to take a really good look at it. There are no utensil marks on this. So somebody thought this one piece was pretty enough that it just sat and nobody ate off of it. So once again, I thought this would be a really pretty piece to come out for Valentine's. And you know what? We talk about using the pretties all the time in sparkle. Claudia's mom has started the sparkle thing, and now I'm all over the sparkle thing. We're at lunchtime right now here on the East Coast. Sit down and eat your lunch off of a fancy little plate. Don't put it in the dishwasher like I do. Hand washing. I have to keep saying that. And sit down and have a nice little lunch off of a plate. That's pretty and makes you feel nice. So this one here is 9.25 inches. So this is the dinner size plate. This is the dinner size plate one. So if you're interested in Macbeth Evans Dogwood / Apple Blossom Depression Pink plate, no utensil marks, this one's going to be $10, number 93. $10, number 93 on that one. And that's just because it's a little bit of a harder pattern to find, and it's really pristine. Like this just came out of the laundry box. Not my laundry box, old school. And those are my two.
All right. Got a few more pink pieces. This one has a little handle right here. It's just a little bowl. So perfect for a little snack in the evening if you're trying to lose a little weight and don't want to sit and just eat out of the chip bag. Here's your perfect little size bowl for that. No chips, no cracks. I didn't identify the pattern, so I'm not sure who that was. But it's really pretty.
It's gorgeous.
You can see it. It's just a little pink dish. It's only $6. $6, number 17. $6, number 17. These pieces were out of my personal collection because my kitchen had pink in it at the last place. I didn't have the opportunity to put pink in here because my mom already had things painted red with red curtains hung. So I kept some. I kept one tote of my favorite pieces in storage, but the rest of them I'm passing along. So I've got this little, just a little fancy plate, or put it underneath your plants. This would be a good one for putting underneath your plants because it has this nice lip. So I didn't identify the pattern on this one either. It's this size. $6, number 15. $6, number 15.
I swear, if that was a different color, they'd be coming home with me and going underneath my. I have no pink in my house except for my window, which is my display window, which I used to have a big porch for that, and The mailman would joke, I always know what holiday it is every time I walk up on your porch. It's kind of what my front window's for nowadays, but I would still be using that to go underneath my plants. I'm just saying. Okay. We're gonna have a little bit of fun now. This is me being funny. We all know the price of eggs these days, right? It's actually it's kind of revolting and scary, the price of eggs. So show them off. Show off how rich you are by using one of these plates. This is what the Victorians did. They didn't eat the dang celery. They had a special plate for it, but they would show, I'm really rich. Now you can show off how rich you are with this plate. Sorry, I couldn't help it. But it is really a pretty plate. It has gold along the top. Now, some of the gold is starting to wear. Let's see. Right up in here, some of the gold is starting to wear. But I don't hate that. What I love is the back of this. I cannot believe the detail that was actually put into the back of it. It's gorgeous. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is anchor hocking, but it could be totally off base. But I just thought you could hang it up and display it this way, or you could hang it up and display it this way. No. Or you can show off all those Easter eggs you're not going to color because you actually have to adjust the eggs. Can't afford to color. And somebody put up potatoes. They're going to be coloring potatoes. I thought that was hysterical, by the way. Or we do have Easter coming up. These were actually made for deviled eggs, and then you would have like a little dip thing here in the middle. And it is very nice to have deviled eggs on a fancy plate. I happen to have a few of these. We do deviled eggs here. They are a big, huge fan. John makes them. I hate them, but everybody else loves them. So if you're interested in showing off how wealthy you are because you can afford to buy a dozen eggs, it's going to be $10, number 90. $10, number 90 for the pretty milk glass and gold piece along the edge there. I just thought I'd have a little fun with that one. All right, and my last piece is a piece of imperial glass. This is slag. For all of you who are all like, oh, broken hearts, or I'm a dark heart. This is a good one. This is caramel, so you can get away with this. And in the center is the open rose pattern. It's going to be really hard to show up because it's the dogwood. It's got the 3 feet.
We love a good foot.
We love the good foot. And it is marked imperial glass. The marking is right there. But look at that yummy, yummy slag. Oh my gosh. This piece is just so, so, so pretty. And I love that it's irregular because you go over here and you've got this.
Yeah.
Isn't it
gorgeous? It's
flaggy? Yeah. Oh, love this piece. Love it. Okay. So if you're interested in the imperial glass slag caramel, I'm going to call it caramel. It's a good caramel mocha swirl. $30, number 75. $30, number 75. And that is my last piece. Thank you very much.
That's gorgeous. Okay, so this piece is interesting, and I'll tell you why. But first, I want you to know it does have a chip right there. So the price is like that. Going to be cheap, but it looks like an umbrella, right?
Yeah.
Now, Indiana Glass made an umbrella candy dish, but the bottom was smooth. This bottom is not smooth. It has this indentation, but it doesn't go all the way through.
That's okay. My bottom's not smooth either.
Fenton made one of these that had an umbrella hook coming out of it, but it went all the way through and had a big screw at the bottom. So I don't know if this is an unfinished Fenton piece or if it's a brand that was copying Fenton or Indiana Glass. I don't know. I have no way of telling. I've never been able to identify it. It was in my personal collection. I just thought it was the coolest thing, this umbrella candy dish.
And if you're clever enough, you can make a little umbrella hook. Have a little fun with it.
It's this size, so it's a nice deep candy dish, but it's just $6 since it's got a chip. $6, number 19.
You have some of the best pink glass. I usually avoid pink glass because I know that I'm not going to keep it, but you have some of the best pink glass.
That's because I kept it.
Because you had a pink thing going on.
All right, last piece of the day. We were talking about putting succulents and things. This creamer, perfect for that. This creamer is large. It's a Westmoreland. We know they like to oversize everything. It's the old quilt pattern. Hi, Pam. So lots of detail on it. You've got pattern
This
here,
is the best.
pattern here. We love good Westmoreland.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't think, no chips or cracks, no damage to the sawtooth up here.
And
And
Westmoreland will never be called delicate.
no, it's $8, number 6. $8, number 6 for the Westmoreland creamer. And that is my last item. If you're watching on the replay and you'd like to know if something's still available, feel free to email each of us and ask about it.
Yep.
And don't forget, next week, Tuesday night on my channel at 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing a big clearance. Big clearance. Everything's going to start at $1. Everything's going to start at $1 because I've been working my way through my old inventory. I want to focus on glass this year, and this is going to be my last. Let's get rid of it, or I'm going to donate.
Get rid of it.
So it's going to go out the door one way or another. Tomorrow, I've got a sale with Bridget, the Baker's Daughters LLC, on her channel at 2 p.m. Eastern. So that's Bridget, Baker's Daughters LLC. And then Wednesday morning, I'll be back for coffee chat and a live sale where we will be getting our third prompt for our altered book projects. And remember, that's a really low-key project. You can drop in and out as you need to. If you can't catch the lives, I post on Instagram later in the day. Or last week I posted it the next day because I forgot. But it's super fun. I have a whole video about it. That's what I've got coming up.
Yeah. And I'm still working on my bits around the house. I'm doing that. And so check me out on Instagram. I try to post one a day of some of the stuff that I'm doing. I have a big project coming up now where I'm working on a bookcase, and I am going to put it out there. Guys, what do you think? What should I do with it? I have a big, ugly, I think my dad made it out of scrap pieces of like wood bookcase. Yeah. And just, I want to decoupage. I want to have a little fun with it. And I'm trying to decide between dictionary and thesaurus pages. And what's really neat is I actually have a Greek dictionary. So I thought that would be kind of fun to use all the Greek words.
That idea.
So it was a toss up between that and a World War II era atlas. So I'm kind of like, maybe I'll use both. Who the heck knows?
That one's good too. Yeah, you might use both.
I might want to use both. So I am going to put a picture up there and throw that out there because that is the big, big project I have coming up. So stay tuned for those on Instagram. It's kind of a little series that I'm doing. And then starting in February, I will be back on What's Not. I'm just trying to get all these projects now. The construction and the holidays are over. I'm trying to get all these projects done. And John's starting a new job, trying to do the whole schedule thing. So that's pretty much what I have coming up next week. We're going to do Lancaster glass next week?
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
But not a Lancaster glass
that a lot of people have heard of, but I will say this: Lancaster, off the top of my head, is one of the best producers of pure yellow glass because I've sold a couple of yellow pieces of Lancaster.
I own quite a bit of Lancaster glass in my uranium glass collection that I didn't even realize was Lancaster. Yeah.
And if you guys
quite old. Wondered what my shirt says,
you got a Be Kind shirt.
Oh, I've had this forever, and then my sister had it, and then she gave it back to me, so wearing my Be Kind shirt today.
Oh, love that. Love that. So yeah, everyone help keep me honest on Instagram. Make sure I post everything and give me a like over there when you see something that you like because I'm trying to get better. I hate social media. I hate being on my phone. So this is kind of like most people's New Year's resolutions to get off their phone. Mine is kind of get on my phone a little bit more. The reverse of the world.
I'm loving seeing these little vignettes. I love
it. It's keeping me honest and getting me to do some stuff and not just post pictures of, oh, this is for sale or this is what I found. It's like, this is how I'm using it every single day. It does something. So I got a little something for the guys coming up tomorrow. So
yay.
I got a little something for the guys. Yep.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with guys. We appreciate you being here. Thank you. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up on the way out the door. And if you are watching it on the replay later, make sure you leave a comment. We appreciate you. Have a great week. We'll see you
have a great week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.